In this video, we will learn how to write the equation of horizontal and vertical lines. This last section contains 3 examples, given slope in a point, given 2 points, and given a graph. Let's begin with example 10 by refreshing our memory of information first seen in the video Find the Slope, and then again in the video Graphing Linear Equations. When we are talking about horizontal lines, the slope is equal to 0, and the equation is written as y equals a number. When we're talking about vertical lines, the slope will be undefined, and the equation is written as x equals a number. So in example 10, they tell us that they're giving us the slope and a point. In 10a, we see that the slope is 0. As soon as we see that, we should remember that because the slope is 0, our equation is going to be y equals a number. The number will depend on the value of y at the given point. So then the equation for this line will be y is equal to -4. Let's try it again with b. In b, they're telling us that the slope is undefined. Then the equation will be given by x is equals a number. Again, this number will depend on the x value of the given point. Then our equation becomes x equals to -1. Let's go to the next example. In example 11, we're not given the slope, we are given 2 points. So before we can actually see if it's going to be a horizontal line or a vertical line, we need to find the slope. So the formula for slope, remember, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we're going to label our points. This will become x1, y1, and x2, y2. Now, labeling the points is not necessary, but it can help us make sure that we don't write the wrong number in the wrong place. So y2, we begin. y2 is 4 minus y1, which is also 4, over x2, which is 2, minus from the formula, and then -2 from that number. In the numerator, I don't have a minus negative situation, so I can just drop the parentheses. However, in the denominator, I do have a minus negative situation, so then this is going to turn into a plus. We subtract. 4 minus 4 is 0, and then 2 plus 2 is 4. Now, because we have a 0 in the numerator, I know that the slope is going to be 0. That means that these 2 points represent a horizontal line, which will be written as y equals a number, and we check that number. Both points, the y values are 4. Then the equation of this line is y equals to 4. Let's try it again. We begin with the slope because we're given points, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. We plug it in. y2 is -4, minus from the formula, y1 is 4, over x2 is 2, minus from the formula, x1 is also 2. Now, because we don't have a negative minus situation, neither in the numerator or denominator, I can just drop the parentheses. The numerator, I have -4 minus 4. Because I have the same sign, I add and keep the sign. That's -8. In the denominator, however, 2 minus 2 is 0. Because the 0 is in the denominator this time, then I know that the slope is undefined. Because the slope is undefined, I know the equation would be x equals a number. And when I look at both points, they have the same x, x is 2. Then my equation is going to be x is equal to 2. Now, could you have seen that the equations were going to be y equals 4 and x equals 2 from the beginning without actually having to find the slope? Yes. Whenever you're giving you 2 points and you notice that the y's are the same, then your equation will be y equals to that number. And if they give you 2 points and you notice that the x's are the same, then you know that the equation is going to be x equals to that number. Let's try one last example. In this last example, we are given graphs, and they're asking us to write the equation of the line for these graphs. If we look at A, you see that this is a vertical line. Then if it's a vertical line, the equation is going to be x equals a number. The number will depend on which value on the x-axis our graph is crossing. In this case, is crossing at 3, then the equation is x equals to 3. For the second graph, we're going to see that this is a horizontal line. Then if we have a horizontal line, our equation will be y equals a number. The number again will depend on what value this graph is crossing the y-axis. And in this case, it's crossing at -7. Then the equation of this line is going to be y equals -7.
Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.